Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Osereme, and in today's video we are going to be learning how to cut and sew this simple mono strap dress I'm putting on right now. It's a simple flared dress with a double layered sleeve. Now if this is something you're interested in learning how to make, keep on watching and let's get started with this video. So guys, for this tutorial we are going to be using this fabric as you must have seen in the beginning of the video, and I am going to be using about 4 yards of fabric. You can use 3 yards if you're on a smaller size, but 3 to 4 yards is what you need to be able to make this dress. Okay, now first thing we're going to do is to draft out the upper part of the bodice, and I'm going to be drafting it on my pattern paper. So I drew a straight line across. This line is going to serve as our shoulder line. Now placing my tape on this shoulder line, I am going to measure down to my bust point. So from your shoulder down to the bust point for me is 10 inches. And then I extended my tape from that point to get my waist. So for me, shoulder to waist for this particular dress, I used 15.5 inches. And I'm going to draw straight line across this new point. Then I went ahead to label shoulder line, bust line, and waistline. And then the next thing I'm going to do is from the shoulder line, I'm going to go in by 3 inches for my neck width. And then for the neck depth, I'm also going to be using 3 inches. You can use 4 inches if you want yours to be a little bit deeper, but I think 3 inches will work fine here. And then I'm going to connect the 2 points to give me a round neckline. Then on the shoulder line, I came in by half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7 inches. And from that point, I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. And I'm going to connect it into the neckline like this. Then I divided by measurement to get my armhole depth, which is 7 inches. The calculation is on the screen. And then I'm going to draw a line across these points that I got and label it the chest line. So I'll use my pencil now to just draw a straight line to connect to this chest line. If you actually follow my channel, you know that I do this a lot, okay? So once you're through with this, the next thing we are going to do is get the midpoint from the shoulder slope down to the chest line. You can just use your tape like this, just divide your tape into two to get the midpoint. Once you've done this, from this point, you're going to go in by about ½ inch. So go in by ½ inch, and on the chest line, you're going to divide your bust measurement by 4 and make a point. So you're going to be connecting all these 3 points with your curve to get an armhole. Now I'm going to come to the bust line. From the center, I went in by half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 3.5. I also marked it on the waistline here. And I'm going to use my ruler to just connect these 2 points together with a straight line. Once you've done this, on the waistline, we are going to go out on both sides by about ½ inch. So I'll mark ½ inch on both sides for our darts. And I am going to come down from the bust line by 1 inch. Now, if you're doing a bustier, I normally don't come down by 1 inch, but for something like this, I prefer to come down by 1 inch so that it's not too tight on the bustier area. So I'll just connect my dart to meet the point I came down by, just like you see me doing like this. So now once you're through with this, the next thing you're going to do is on the waistline, you're going to mark your waist measurement divided by 4. So I'm marking mine here. Mine is here. I marked it. And I'm going to replace this dart that I've taken in here, which is just 1 inch. I'll replace it back here. So I'll connect from the armhole now to meet the waist. So guys, this is all for the drafting of the basic front pattern. This is a half scale pattern. We've not added any stitching allowance to the side. I am going to just go ahead now and cut this out. So when you open up your pattern, it's going to look like this. Later, I'm going to show you guys how we are going to be cutting the neckline to meet the armhole for the style we're trying to get. But for now, let's go ahead and use this to cut out on our fabric. Now, I've cut out a piece of fabric that is going to just be enough for me to cut out this upper part of the dress for both the front and back. So I folded this fabric into two equal halves, as you can see first, and then I'm going to fold it again, but the second time it's not going to get all the way to the end. It's going to be about 1.5 inch away from the end of the fabric. These extra inches we are leaving is going to be for the zipper allowance at the back. Okay, so now once this is folded, when you fold your fabric, you want to make sure that it's going to be enough to give you the body you've drafted and also have some more inches for stitching allowance on the side. So I am placing this front pattern exactly on the folded end, not on the zipper allowance area. I'm placing it here and I'm just going to go ahead and pin it down. We are cutting out the front and back together, okay? But then I'll show you guys how to go about it. On this side, I am going to go ahead and add 1.5 inch stitching allowance to the side because we've not added any stitching allowance to the pattern paper. On the armhole, I'm going to add about half inch, as you see me doing like this. On the shoulder, half inch as well, about half inch. And then around the neckline, I'll add about half inch as well. The front and back neckline are going to be exactly the same thing. On the end, I added about half inch. And on the zipper allowance side, like I said, it's about 1.5 inch away from the front. So that's what we have here. I'm going to go ahead and remove the pattern paper. And now this is what we have. So I'm going to pick the left side of the back and the left side of the front. So you're going to actually use your body to check which part is going to be going towards your left. So once you've gotten that part, you're going to pick the front and the back of just that part. Make sure it's just that part. You notice I didn't pick the other part of the back, just the part that you're going to be changing the neckline, okay? So once you've done this, we're going to connect from the neckline into the armhole. So I'll just do this with my free hand. So from the neckline here, I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line curved to the neckline just to follow the direction that the neckline is going. I'll just curve it into the armhole. So once you've done this, you're going to go ahead and cut it out. Like I said, the front and the back are together here. So now we've changed the armhole of this particular side of the dress. And now when we fold the zipper allowance in, you will notice that one side of the center back of this part that we've cut out is longer than the other. So we're going to be working on that later. I'll show you guys how to go about that. And now when you add the full part, you see we have one full side on the back and one half side on the back as well. So now I'll go over and cut out lining pieces for all of these pieces here. Now for the skirt part, we're going to be cutting out a full 360 degrees flare. So I have about 2 yards of fabric here that I'm going to be using. So I'll fold it into 2 equal halves first, like you see me doing like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold it again into 4. Then once folded into 4, I'm arranging everything, making sure everything is straight, and I went ahead to iron it out. So guys, this is the part where we're going to be taking our measurement. That's this part that doesn't have any cut here, this area here. So I'm going to go ahead and divide my waist measurement into 4 because this flare is going to be placed around my waist. So I've divided my tape into 2 now, and I'm going to divide it again into 4. So now I have about 6.5 inches, but I'm going to be using 7 inch to draw out on my fabric. This is because the extra half an inch is going to serve as my zipper allowance later. So now I'm going to use that 7 inches to make a rough curve, as you can see, and I'm going to make a point here. Now from the center to this point, I have 4 inches, and I'm going to be using that 4 inches to make a curve around, keeping my tape at the point in the center. I'm going to keep using that 4 inches to draw around, just like you see me doing like this. So just continue to do it until you get to the other end, and once you're done, you want to measure to be sure it gives you exactly 7 inches. Now after getting this, you're going to measure from this new line that you've drawn across, that's this arc that you have here, the length that the skirt part is going to be. Now to get the length of your skirt part, you are going to minus your shoulder to waist from the full length of your dress. And what I got after doing that was 23 inches. And you'll notice that this side here is not going to be able to give me that 23 inches. So I'll start from this side that is long enough. So from the line we drew before, I marked 23 inches. I'm going to keep placing my tape on that line as I draw across this same, using this same 23 inches to draw all the way around. I'll place my tape here and continue to use 23 inches until I get to the other end. Now you will notice that on the other end, I'm not able to get 23 inches anymore. So I'll just stop at where the 23 inches end, and I'll have to add another piece of fabric to this area here to be able to continue with the inches I need. But first, I'm going to go ahead and cut out these lines I just drew out. I went ahead to mark the wrong side so that I will not make any mistake. So when you open up your flare, you can see what I have. You see that this part here is not, the flare is not fully curved because I wasn't able to finish it fully. So I'll have to cut another piece of fabric to just stitch to this side here, about 8 to 9 inches of fabric to add to this area so that I'll be able to get my full flare. I'll add fabric to this side and add another piece of fabric to this side as well, and then come and cut it out again. So guys, I've joined the other part that was not enough earlier and I folded it back into four. So I'm just going to continue to cut it out now to make it like a normal flare. So just like I did before, from the waist, I'm marking my 23 inches and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So guys, we have a normal full flare now and I'm going to be leaving this aside first. Let's work on the upper part. So guys, I've cut out lining pieces for the front and back pieces. Now we're going to work on the area of the zipper allowance. So I'm going to go ahead and um, fold in the zipper allowances for the both sides of the back. And you will notice that one side will be longer than the other. Like the zipper allowance will not align properly with the bodies. This is because of the way that this neckline is. So I'm going to fold in the zipper allowance of this side of the back first. I'll just use my tape to measure it to be sure it's 1.5 inch I'm folding in, and I'll just quickly iron it out. So now you will notice that as I folded in the zipper allowance, you notice that it's longer than the neckline. So I'm just going to trim off the excess allowance on the zipper allowance here to fit into the neckline. So when you open it, it's going to look something like this. That's totally fine. By the time we're done making this dress, you see that it actually just follows straight. Okay. Now on the other side as well, you notice that it looks as if one is longer than the other on the neckline area. So I'm going to go ahead and just also fold in the zipper allowance area of this side, align the necklines, and then I'll trim off the excess. So guys, this is what the neckline is going to look like when you're done and cutting off the zipper allowance excesses that are on it and you've arranged everything. I'm going to go ahead and stitch the lining with the actual fabrics for the back patterns, and I will do the same thing for the front as well. So guys, I'm done stitching all the pieces with the lining, as you can see, and now I'm just going to arrange them right sides facing each other. I'm placing the two back pieces together and I'm going to place the front piece on it. So from the center front here, I'm going to measure half of my nipple to nipple measurement, and I made a notch on all the pieces, and I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and make a dart on this notch that I just made. So I'll fold it in like this, and I'm going to make a dart about 4 inch long. So guys, I'm done stitching down the darts for both the front and the back pieces, and now I'm arranging them right sides facing each other as you see me doing like this. And I'll be pinning down the part that doesn't have sleeves. I'll just pin it down on the sides for now, and then on the area that is going to be having a sleeve, I'm going to join the shoulders. So I'll just use one lining to turn the whole shoulders and stitch it down. So guys, I'm done stitching down on the shoulder, as you can see. So if you open it up, this is what it's looking like. So the next thing we want to work on now is the sleeve, and I've gone ahead to cut out a basic sleeve. As you can see, I folded the end. The length of my sleeve was about 7 inches, and I made the sleeve armhole a little bit wider than what I have on my armhole so that I can pleat it a little bit. Now, the pattern that I use, I am going to be reducing it because this sleeve is going to be two layered. So from the end, I came up by 2 inches on both sides, and I'm just going to go ahead 3 inches. Actually, I came up by 3 inches on both sides, and I am going to cut off these 3 inches to make the sleeve shorter. So once I'm through with this, I'm going to go ahead and make like lines so that I can separate this through slash and spread method. So I'm just using 1.5 inch difference from each line I draw, from each point I draw, and I'm going to draw this point all the way to the top to give me lines, and I'm going to label each line. I labeled 1 to 6, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut on each line just like you see me doing like this. So I'll cut on each line, and I'm going to be placing these pattern papers on a fabric I have folded into two. So I went ahead to out this fabric, and I'm just going to go ahead and arrange these paper according to their numbers on the fabric. So the very first one labeled number 1 will be on the folded center. I went ahead to pin it down, and after number 1, I am going to measure 1.5 inch and pin number 2. And I continued in that same manner. And you will notice that I'm not placing my pattern papers exactly on the end of the fabric. I went about 1/2 inch away from the end before I started pinning down my pattern papers. So once this is done, you're going to go ahead and use your chalk to just draw an armhole around following the direction of your papers. And once you've done this, go ahead and cut this out. You will notice also that at the top, I went up about 1/2 inch above the pattern papers. So once you're through with this, you're going to go ahead and remove the pins. And then I'm going to go ahead and open this up. You see that this is now a very wide sleeve. So underneath here, the end of the sleeve, I'm going to make a fold, and on the upper part, I'm going to make a gather stitch so that I'll be able to make gathers on top. So guys, I've folded the ends down, and at the top I said I was going to make a gather stitch, which is what I did here. So I'm going to pull on one of the threads like you see me doing like this. So I'm going to continue to pull on the thread to give me my gathers. So guys, once I'm satisfied with these gathers I've made, I'm going to arrange it into the armhole. So I noticed that my gathers that I've done were too small, so I'm going to have to spread it to make sure that it exactly goes around the armhole. And once that is done, we'll go ahead and stitch this to our fabric. So guys, I'll go ahead now and stitch this to the armhole area of my sleeve. I've attached the sleeve now. It's only one side that has a sleeve, which is this part. So I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and I'm going to be joining the sides of this upper part. So I will join this side from the shoulder all the way to the end and do the same thing on this side as well. To do this, I'll have to use my tape to place my waist and my bust measurement. So guys, I am done joining the sides now, and this is what we have so far. So I'm going to go ahead and open the whole waist area down for both the front and the back. The opening is on the zipper area. Now I'll bring my flare, and I'm also going to cut out one side of my flare. Now this flare is currently a full circle, so I'll just go ahead and cut out one part of it so that we'll be able to join it with the upper part. So I'm going to open up the upper part, the whole upper part, both the front and the back, and I'm going to be placing my flare on it, right sides facing each other. If you notice that the flare is longer than where you're supposed to place it, what you would do is to just make simple pleats as you sew around, which is what I'm going to do right now. So guys, I've joined it around the waist, and this is what we have. The only thing that is left now is for me to stitch down the back on the center and then go ahead and fix my zipper. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn everything over to the wrong side and arrange it right sides facing each other like you see me doing like this. And I am going to measure the length I want my zipper to be. So below the waist, I'm going to come down by about 8 inches and make a mark. So from this mark all the way to the end, I'm going to be making a tie stitch, and from here upwards, I'll be fixing my zipper. And then lastly, I'll finish the ends. So guys, this is it after I was done fixing my zipper to the dress. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.